This past spring, Bill Widencombe and Lori Williams planted 13 performance trial plots on 13 farms around the state.
We are planting here at Jorgensen's as a farm, as a cooperator that we've had for a number of years. We are planting here 82 early hybrids and 49 late hybrids. All the corn in this plot here is Roundup ready. And the reason for that is that here with our cooperator, it's easy for him to spray and to manage the plot after we have done planting. Our plots here are planted at 25 feet long with a 3-foot alleyway between them. And we plant 4 30-inch rows, and we harvest the middle 2 rows out of that, just to help from pollination, neighbor effect, that type of thing. Planting depth is very important because you can get it too deep and it doesn't have a chance to emerge, or you can get it too shallow and it dries out before it can really emerge and take off in the spring. So we try to hit that, perfect scenario of seed depth to give us the most advantage here in this field.
The program has a long history in providing vital information to Michigan farmers.
The records that we have go back as far as 1932, and then the first published results go back to 1934. And back in 32, I think there were some 5 different hybrids that were evaluated. And in 2016, this year, we have 315 different hybrids that we're looking at.
Today we are at Huron County Corn Performance Trial plot, just north of Bad Axe, on the McCrae farm. The McCraes have been cooperating with us and have been hosting a corn performance trial here in Huron County for the last 50 years.
The McCrae farm is the longest running farm that we have in the program as far as farmer cooperators with us. They date back to 1966 was the first year that MSU did collaborate with them in this program.
We had a neighbor that was worked for the extension service, and my dad and him were real good friends, and his name was Lee Warshewski. And he asked Dad if he'd be interested in doing a corn test plot. And yeah, Dad was always for something new, something different. So they got together, Dr. Elmer Rossman, and they started one of their test plots here in Huron County. The big thing is it's done on our farm with the way that we farm and the way we take care of corn or take care of our crops, our weather. So it works pretty good for us. And we've always thought that, not that it's that seed corn companies come in with their test plot results, that they're biased, but I've never had a salesman try to bring in a test plot where they finished 5th. They're always in the top 1 or 2. And one thing we just thought that the Michigan State Trials would give everybody a fair shake. And so we've used them, we use them every year.
Well, as far as the corn, we put it up as silage. We put some up as snaplage. The test plots, as far as the test plots, they've been just fantastic for us for picking the varieties that work on our farm. A lot of different seed corn companies come in, and all of them can show they've got really good varieties, but if they're not on our farm, it really don't work for us.
Over the 50 years, we've had a lot of times when conditions weren't exactly the best in the spring. In fact, one year, they were talking about not doing it, because it got late. And I told them, I said, hey, we want to know what they do in the bad years as much, even more than what happens in the good years. So he put a plot in, not expecting it to turn out very good, and hell, it turned out to be one of the best plots we had.
Since 1966, we've had over 5,000 entries for corn hybrids that we've grown on that farm, and 3,500 for silage. So that's roughly about 8,500 different hybrids that have been evaluated on that single farm in the 50 years that we've worked with them. And then if you multiply that by, on average, about 4 replications, that's some 32,000 plots of which information was gathered from that was made available to other farmers throughout the state. So it's been a very, very valuable asset to other farms in the state of Michigan.